Hello, crafty friends. My name's Alicia, but as always, you can call me Crafty Al. And welcome to a fun little interactive crafty live stream for today. A great big shout out to everyone who is over in the live chat. Make sure if you are over there that you let us know where you're watching from. And if you're here on replay, you can let us know where you're watching from in that comment section below. Also here, if you're here on replay, whenever I ask a question of my live audience, feel free to answer that as well down there. I always love to read what you're saying after the fact. Another thing to let me know if you're here in the live chat or on replay, I have a little poll going today. I would like to know, have you ever used a stencil and embossing folder combo? Your options are yes, Tailored Expressions, yes, other company, or no. That has to kind of do with what I'm using in today's video, which if you didn't know, for the past few years, Tailored Expressions has done a combo club where you can pre-sign up for 3 or 6 months, and then each month you get a little surprise in the mail. And this year it is layered stenciling and 3D embossing folders each month. And April was the first month. That came right around my birthday. So I thought today I would get crafty with that, and then live viewers and especially live members. I did put it in the little pinned post, but if you are a channel member and are here but not signed in with your channel member account, I know some of you have multiple accounts, make sure to sign in with that because you're going to be an integral part of the color palette today. So I will be letting channel members give me 3 numbers, and then all live viewers will get to decide what color combo I will be using. This was originally going to be a live stream with my crafty friend Karen of the Karen's Crafting Company channel, but many of you might know that she is battling right now and she has taken some time away for her health. If you would like to know more about that, you can check out the membership tab on her channel, but let's all send out some prayers, positive thoughts, healing vibes to her today. So Karen, if you're watching, you're probably busy, but we are all thinking about you. Before we get into making decisions, I do want to tell you about a couple videos that I would like you to check out. Over here on the left, yesterday I was up on the Tailored Expressions channel to make a cute little set of baby cards. I made my own kind of pattern paper and used their happy half sheets, but you guys, can you see that that is embossed? So it kind of reminds me of a baby blanket. I would love for you to check out that video and leave some love in the comments. And over here on the right, if you haven't yet seen it today, it is time for a sheet load rewind. Some of my team members and I revisited the April 2022 sheet load of cards, which was kind of a fun fold mini slimline. So I do have this video and this playlist linked in the description box below if you would go check those out when you have some time. I know that all of my team members would love for you to see what they're creating and leave them some love as well. If you have already watched my TE video or the rewind, put TE or rewind over in that live chat. And after you do that, let's do a little stamp of approval check. If you haven't yet, please smash that like button. Right now, there are 37 of you on here. So glad that you're here, and 12 thumbs up. So if you haven't yet liked it, I hope that you will consider doing that. Now what I want to do is my channel members who are here live, you are going to have the chance to give me a number between 1 and 500. But don't just put it in the chat yet. What I want you to do, when you have your number in your head, I want you to put #member over in that chat box. Now, my members are my viewers who support me here each month. They help to keep me creating here on YouTube and sheet load of cards free for all. If you've ever wanted to know more about the perks of channel membership, you can click on the join button below this video. That does not automatically sign you up for anything. That just shows you the different levels and the different perks. So today I'm going to let them give me some numbers. So I have a little timer going. We're going to give about another minute, and then I will draw 3 of my channel members to give me a number. And if you don't know what I'm using today, if you're newer to my live streams, I love color cube cards. So If you don't know about them, they are boxes. I have both 1 and 2, and they are cards, which this is one of my all-time favorites here, that have pictures and then color palettes to go with them. Now, I do have the physical and digital copies, but you can get just digital if you'd rather have it on your computer. You can check these out. I do have a link in the description box below. A lot of those links down there are what are called affiliate links, which means if you use them, no matter if you shop for this specific product or if you use my Tailored Expressions link to shop for something completely different than what I'm using today, I get a small portion of that sale at no extra cost to you. If you ever have a creator and you're loving what they are using and they have affiliate links, if you can click on those, it always just helps us out. It kind of lets us know which products you're enjoying to see us use. And I know mine just goes right back into products to use here. So thank you to everybody who does use those. And yeah, if you haven't heard of them or know what they are, now you might. All right, so I have some friends over there who have gotten their hashtag members in. So let's go ahead. I'm not as familiar with this giveaway tool, but what it should do is it should tell us over in the chat the winners. Now, if your name pops up as one of the winners, I want you to give me that number between 1 and 500. But if you're not one of the winners, please don't put numbers over in the chat because I'm just going to look for those, okay? So let's go ahead. We will start pulling some numbers. Here we go. All right, our first one is going to be Susan Rushton. So Susan, make sure to put your number between 1 and 500 over there. Let's see if I can find a second one. Oh, close. Is it not? I was hoping it would let me. Oh, there it goes. Denise Dunning. Oh, I guess I did choose 3. Okay, we're done. Sorry, my bad. I did not think that it chose me a second one. So Diane Mason and Denise Dunning, if you will all put your numbers over in the chat. And then I will pull those out. And then speaking of pull those out, I'll pull those out and we'll do a poll. All right, Denise 488 and Diane, if you will give me your number, we will start pulling those cards. Diane 197. Awesome. So this is box number 1, and it is going to have cards 1 through 250. So I can pull Diane's from here. 197. So here is the one that Diane chose. And then for the other cards, I'll go grab my second box. So we have Susan R. chose 333. Oh, okay. Well, I won't. I'll tell you later about that card. Okay, I don't want to influence your vote. So that little bicycle, and 488 from Denise is a little seascape. Now, I will go ahead and show you the stencil combo. The stencil and embossing folder combo, so you kind of know what it looks like. So April's is called Checkered Garden, and the layering stencils make this design. And then there is a 3D embossing folder in there to make it 3D or give it some dimension. So guys, it is time. Everybody who is here in the live chat gets to help me decide on which color combo I'll be using today. Now, while you might look at that stencil and see, oh, they're flowers, we should pick a combo that most would be like flowers. The fun thing about the color cube cards is you don't necessarily have to think that way. Sometimes it's fun to step outside of the box. So I want you to tell me first, get your pole lights over there. Susan's got hers out there. If you're a channel member, you have the special color ones. If you're a subscriber, you can get the red light. And if you start typing in the emojis, if you do POL, it should pop it up. Get those pole lights over there. And let's go ahead and take one more look at the choices. So we have like a pomegranate, little photo, kind of a vintage bicycle, and a little seascape. So be thinking about which one you want to create with. Before I can start that poll, I need to end the previous one. So have you ever used a stencil and embossing folder combo? Yes, a Tailored Expressions. Yes, other company, or no. Let's go ahead and see what you guys answered. 52% of you said no. 27% of you have used a non-TE combo, and 20% of you have used a TE combo. So that is excellent. I'm going to go ahead and give you another look, let you watch these cards. So when I put the poll up, it is going to be A, B, or C. All right. So be thinking about which one you're going to answer, and I will get the poll started. All righty. Give you a couple minutes to get that in. Once you vote, please make sure to click that thumbs up if you haven't already. We are currently at 28 thumbs ups and 43 viewers. So I think maybe today we can get to 50. Yes, go ahead and vote in that poll. I will turn on some music while we wait for that to be finished. All righty, you guys, the votes are in. Let's see which one has won. With 47% of the vote, we will be doing the seascape, or the lakescape, the beachy city scene, number 488. So that was the one that was chosen by Denise Dunning in the chat. This one right here, I have gotten it out for a previous Color Cube live stream, I think. And for the longest time, I had it at the top of my box because I wanted to use it. I just loved that color combo. I think probably for a Valentine's Day project, I got it out, but I hadn't got to use it yet. So it was kind of fun that it was chosen today. I still do want to revisit that. Danny said she was hoping for that one as well. It's the first Color Cube card she ever used, and she sent it to me. Yes, and I believe at the end of the month when I do my Happy Mail video, you will see that card from Danny that uses that. So for now, I'm going to bring that card in, And then I'm going to bring in my cardstock swatch ring from Tailored Expressions. So I have these colors in cardstock and ink. So I just bring these in when I choose a color cube card. And I'm going to go through and find the closest colors I have to match this. Now on the back, it does give you some different shades of each color, and you might not have all of these colors, and that is okay. Maybe, either if you don't have anything that looks like this umber, just leave it off and try to find the other four. And I was trying to look here in my little pocket, how many layering stencils are in here. And that way we'll kind of know if I'll be stenciling with how many of these colors. Maybe I'll use one for, oh wait, I can't use one for the background paper because I'm using something special. But let's see how many there are. I can't get them out of here, you guys. They are glued in there. So there are 4 stencils. So I will want at least 4 colors to stencil with here. So I'm just going to kind of hold these up. I think I would like at least 2 of the blues and then both of those kind of tannish colors. I think I'm going to go Latte for this one. And then this one to me, it says umber. It kind of looks kind of greenish to me. So I think I'm going to choose olive. And olive is actually an ink that either they had to discontinue the cardstock or they haven't found a new supplier for. So that's why it looks a little different. Okay, and then, oops. I really like this blue here at the back, and I'm thinking that is probably, yeah, Sour Gummy. And then I think I'll pick kind of that lighter blue there. Which, Gumball. All right, so here will be my ink for ink blending. Now, for my project, my sister Lisa actually gave me this idea. She said this weekend that she wanted to try out the stencil and embossing folder combo on perforated paper. So if you guys don't know what that is, this is like cross stitch cardstock. It has a lot of holes in it, you could stitch with it. But I have used this before for stenciling, and I thought today, this could go totally wrong, you guys, but I'm going to stencil and try to do the 3D embossing. So let's all cross our fingers. And speaking of that, I know it's running across the bottom of the screen, but as I am creating, if you have a question or comment specifically for me, please type question in all caps if it's a question, and Crafty Al in all caps if you need my attention. Like if you notice that my camera has locked up or my sound is off, something I need to know right away, type Crafty Al in all caps over there. If it's a question that you specifically need me to answer, type question in all caps in front of your message. When I do get the chance to look over, those are going to be the first ones that I'm kind of able to see and answer, because I do get a little into my project. So just keep that in mind when you are chatting. But, I know that everybody in the chat is so knowledgeable and friendly. And if you just have general crafty questions, they are going to be able to help you out. So what I'm going to do is figure out what I want each color to be. So I will go with traditional kind of green for the stem. So I will leave that for the olive. And then for these other 3, they look very similar. So I don't think that it is going to matter. So I will just use those for that. Go ahead and start with the olive since I know that color. I'm going to bring in my laminated grid paper placemat. Cleans off nicely. And I'm going to put a little adhesive on the back of this piece to keep it in place while I do my stenciling. And I see that my sister is here in the chat. She's glad I'm using the idea. Lisa, I can't wait to see what color combo you use with it. I do, if after seeing today's creation, you want some perforated paper of your own, which Susan says she has used, it needs to buy more. Me too. I just cut up my last sheet. I do have a link in the description box below to the Tailored Expressions perforated paper. So check that out. It's pretty decent, pretty economical. I think like a package is maybe 6 something. Now it is only 2 sheets, but I try to make the most out of it. But you can add that to your order. If you are trying to reach like the free gift threshold, that will help. That was not sticking in place quite as well as I wanted it to. And I'm going to just get out. I have some painter's tape I'm going to hold my stencils in place with. Let me know if you are crafting along, if you are working today, what you're doing while you're watching. And this stencil, they are hard to see, but they do have some alignment squares that will help me line up the next stencil, so I know where everything goes. Okay, yeah. Susan did some reconnaissance for us. Yes, $6 for 2 sheets. And I'm hoping today that I can get more than 1 card out of this 6x6 piece. I was originally thinking 3 with the way I was going to cut it, but then I forgot about a free gift that we got sent if we pre-ordered all 6 months. So I might use that instead for my card layouts, but you know what? Maybe that'll be something we'll vote on later. Oh, speaking of later and my cards, make sure to stick around if you're here live. I will be sending out at least one of the cards I make. It kind of depends how many I get made today, how many I will do a giveaway for. Let's see. Anna says she's working while watching. Deb is relaxing and looking for inspiration. Fabulous. Susan says she's not really working, but she's at work drinking Dr. Pepper. Oh, yeah. Let me know what you all are hydrating with. I have some caffeine this morning. I have myself a can of Diet Coke. The water will come once I'm done here with my live. And when I ink blend, I do go in certain clockwise and counterclockwise motions with my brush just to get all the ink off there and to make sure I've covered all of the open areas. Next, I will move to the second stencil. And for this, I'm going to use a Latte. Uh-oh, you guys. I just thought, oh, yeah, I need to make sure that my second stencil is reading the right way, the same way. I did the first stencil backward, you guys. That was a big oopsie. I'm trying to think if I can salvage this, because I don't want to I guess I'm probably going to have to use up my last piece of perforated paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo the olive on a new piece of perforated paper, and then later I'm going to come back and flip over all my stencils and complete this one. But I definitely want to I definitely want to try out the embossing folder with this. And a lot of you are saying do them all backward. I don't know though if, let me put this in, because I think what it will do is it is going to deboss the image instead of emboss it. Because I know that I could flip all the stencils and get the correct, look, but I'm afraid with this that it won't look right. So I'm going to just start over. That was only one layer. We can still get this done. I'll cut a new piece of the perforated paper and I will just save that and finish it later. Now, because I have ink on that side, I do want to clean that off. So that's always a good idea, you guys. Make sure when you're stenciling, if it's layering, that you go ahead and look and make sure it's the correct way up. Learn from my mistake. Because, like if this was symmetrical, I could have just kept going. But since it's not, you can see it. You can't just cut it in half. I am going to have to start over. But no big deal. No big deal. Thank goodness I still have one chunk of paper left. I'll cut that down to the 6 inches. Okay, now this time, yes, I'm going to make sure, I don't know if you can see it, but Tailored Expressions always like etches their name and like the product and the stencil number in there. So I'm going to make sure I can read that. Totally didn't do that last time. Let us know over in the chat or down in the comment section below. When was the last time you made a crafty oopsie and what did you do to fix it? Again, if I did not have to emboss it, I just would have kept going and flipped all of the stencils over. And I noticed that I did something wrong when I went to put the alignment squares in the same place on the second stencil. I'm like, those aren't lining up. So those are always handy to have too. All righty. Now we can go on. Susan said yesterday she dropped her ink brush on her card, covered it with a way to make it work. Danny says she messes up something on almost every card. I feel like that sometimes too. Stephanie says several on last week's Craft Roulette card. Speaking of Craft Roulette, I'm going to be there again. My daughter and I actually at the end of the month. Hello to Jessie Kate. Welcome. She says recently she was batching and stamped a bunch of cards upside down. And you're right, it is just paper, but I might have to let out a little quiet scream. I definitely would have let out an arg if I would have been here by myself on that one. And I guess I just did it. Okay, now let's try stencil number 2. I'm going to make sure I can read that. And now I'm going to put it in kind of the same place and then make sure that those alignment squares line up. Hello, Teresa says she always seems to get an ink smudge on the card. Yes, I had to, I did it after the fact in my video, thank goodness, but I did have to clean a little ink smudge off this one that I made for TE. Oh, look, hello, Mary's in the chat. Looking forward to having us on. We are looking forward to it. Okay, so Latte can go away. No, Latte is what I needed. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm not sure I should be crafting today. I don't know if anybody else noticed, but when I redid that first one, I did not bring back in that olive ink. I used the toffee. So we're moving on. Our leaves and stems will not be a greenish color. They will be a toffee color, and our flowers will now be the greenish color. So let me try that. Now I'm going to bring in the olive for number 2. This is just a comedy of errors today, you guys. I know I ordered more perforated paper, but I don't honestly know if I could find it. I already had issues this morning. I almost had to like text Danny. I got a new embossing pad from Tailored Expressions when we did Virtual Stamp Joy. And it was already the second one I bought because I had bought one before and couldn't find it. And you guys, for the life of me, I could not find it again this morning. And I was going to be like, Danny, do you know where I put that? Like, did you see me put it away over here? But I knew I cleaned up after she had already gone home. So I didn't, but I finally found it. And, you know, this is already kind of an alternative color palette for, you know, a floral card. This is the one that was chosen. So I think it'll be okay if our stems and leaves are not the greenish color. Like Tim Gunn says, make it work. Who else watched Project Runway? Now, for my final 2 colors, they are both blues, so I'm going to use the lightest blue first so I don't contaminate my light ink pad with a darker color. I'm going to bring in the next stencil. I'm going to make sure I can read that. And if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to keep my stenciled piece covered up so we can have, you know, that reveal at the end where we go, ooh, ah, right? You can kind of see through it, but. Now for this layer, I am using the registration marks, but I'm also making sure that the new stencil kind of lines up with the squares from the previous one. Oh, let me know if you got the combo club from TE in 2025. Type combo in all caps over there. And if you didn't, now you can no longer sign up for the 6 months, but in a couple months, or maybe not even that long, they will do another sign up for the last 3 months. So Nightbot is sharing the link. And I have a link in the description box below. Now, that is not to buy it or pre-order it. That is to get on the email list so you know about it. So if you like today's project that I make, and again, I hope to be back each month to share those other creations. Go ahead and sign up for that email list so you're first to know. I actually got this for my birthday. This was my birthday present this year, and it's been my birthday present for the last few years too. Oh, speaking of that, I wanted to show you guys. So I shared last week a look at the printout I did that I wanted my daughter's cookie cake fashioned after, because her birthday was earlier this week. And I took it to Eileen's Cookies. I don't know if anybody knows Eileen's, but I had them try to recreate it. I could not find the file I created, but some of you saw it during this spring Advent live stream. But you guys, here is a look at the finished cake. So I wanted it to look like a vinyl record because, you know, she is way into vinyl records now. And I took them a picture that looks almost exactly like that background. Like it was kind of like tie-dye and the colors were all swirled together. Presley loved the cookie cake. I think they did a great job. So I wanted to show you the after. So let me know if you have Eileen's in your area. It's Eileen's Colossal Cookies. That cookie that I had made was 12 inches. And I think that's actually the smallest big cookie they make. They also make, you know, regular size cookies. You don't have to just go in there and eat a whole cake size. And the fun thing is, like, you can get your cookie cake made out of any flavor cake they sell. So Presley on my birthday got, well, it was a 6-inch decorated, so it wasn't a full cookie cake, but she got me one in a Monster. I love their Monster cookies. And I did just notice too that some of this is dragging in the brown. You guys, I need to go home. If I was not already home, I would definitely need to go home. I'm going to wipe off that ink. All right, final color is the darker blue, the sour gummy. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off some of this. Good luck tonight, Mary. I hope you have a great time. I think it said, is Ardith on tonight? I think. Oh, Stephanie said, and did she like her card? Yes, she did. Yeah, I created her card. Not the baby cards, of course, for TE, but the previous video, I made her a 19th birthday card. She did like it. Lori says we can be like Bob Ross and have happy accidents. I almost think today's card is just one big happy accident. Not even happy little accidents. But you know what? That just goes to show you that all of us are human, that we all make mistakes, right? And we can just make the best out of it. You know, when you're watching YouTube videos, they are edited, and usually any little oopsies like this would be edited out. I need to, before I do that again though, so, because it happens to the best of us. It seems like, I think I did a little bit better during this virtual Stamp Joy, but when I go to Stamp Joy in person, it seems like I have never made cards before. You know, something is wrong with everything I make. And how long have I been doing this? But there's always a chance for, yeah, covering up with a big sunflower, putting down some gems, covering it up with a sentiment. Making it work. Now I've already, maybe I'm going too far today trying to emboss this piece also, you know, because it's kind of like a test. Today was probably not the day. All right, guys, if you are ready for the big reveal, I want you to put some drum rolls over in that chat for me. I'm going to hydrate while you do that and do a little stamp of approval check. Get those drum rolls in and we will do the big reveal. All righty. And I did just do a stamp of approval check. There are 60 of you on here and 47 thumbs ups. Could we try to get to 50? I might have a surprise if we get to 50, I'll have a surprise for you. Which 50 is totally doable. All right. Are we ready, you guys, for the big reveal? Now, if you've never seen perforated paper before, it almost looks like you have stitched the design. Ooh, I almost gave it away. Ugh, are we ready? Oh, you guys, that is so pretty. I will put it down here so you can kind of see the white behind it to see it. But that looks so fun. Now, hopefully, I do not ruin it with the embossing. Speaking of that, so like I mentioned before, if you pre-ordered the 6 months, or maybe if you did 3 or 6, but you did it by a certain time, you got a bonus die set. Oh, you can't really see, but there's like a little fun shape and then a shadow for it with a scallop edge and a hello. I'm going to try these today. And because we have to emboss last, because if I embossed it now and then ran this through, that's going to flatten some of that embossing. So I think I'm going to cut this first. Cross your fingers, and then we'll do the embossing at the end. I did see somebody say earlier that I should have embossed it first. Tailored Expressions suggests with their stencil and embossing folder combos that you emboss at the end. They say that if you emboss first, it doesn't always line up, but they also say give it a try, right? But I'm going to try to do what they say because today I don't need any more surprises. Now, I am going to wipe off the rest of that adhesive because I do not want this to stick to the folder. Okay. Oh, I love that. Okay. So, let me think about this. I'm going to grab, oh, I haven't even, oh, goodness, guys. I have not even cut these apart yet. I guess before I cut them apart, I want to make sure. Oh, that will fit. I was hoping I could maybe get 2 cards. For the second card, I thought maybe if I did one up here and then one down here, I could get 2 cards out of this piece, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So for the second card, I will do something different. Bye, Danny. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe if I'm very careful. But let's not fool ourselves. I don't think I can be careful today. I'm going to hold this in place with some removable tape. Before I send it through my die cutter, I want to trim off the very end of this because I'm not sure if it will go through like that. So I'm going to trim off right where that design ends. All right, now cross your fingers. I tried to put this one in that top left corner. I'm going to see if I now put this down in the bottom right, if I will have enough left. Oh, you guys, that worked. Yay. So you can get 2 out of there. There we go, you guys. Now I need something to cut my scallop from first, so I gotta cut off those remaining little tabs. And that, when I do the final one where it's gonna fly away, I like to do it over this little trash can and have that facing down, because these things can fly far and I don't want it to end up in my foot or in my cat's mouth. Okay. All right, now I need to figure out what color to go on the back of this. I'm going to get a scrap of the, let's see, this was the olive, and a scrap of the gumball. And I'm going to let, guess what time it is, guys? Poll time. Get those lights out over there. Oh, wait, I can't get out a scrap of the olive. Remember, that was just ink. So I will do Gumball and Latte. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of put that behind there so you can see. And again, it will be cut off too. So think about that. And I'm just going to put blue or brown for the pole. Oh, I do see Susan says card with each color. So I will do blue, brown, or both. All right. I'm going to give you 1 minute to vote in that. If you haven't yet, click that thumbs up button. Ooh, you guys, I have 64 of you on here and 59 thumbs ups. Yay! Which that means, you guys, if you were following my spring advent series, I'm going to give you guys a bonus word. If you don't know what this is about, check out my live tab. And last week I did a daily live stream with the Gummy Easter Advent calendar. They are all sold out now at Gummy and Color Me Nordic, but I have 2 to give away to lucky viewers. So check out those videos, especially the kickoff, so you know about the secret words. Remember, they are secret. But the bonus word for today, since we got 50 stamps of approval, is going to be combo for the TE Combo Club. COMBO. And that was perfect timing. The vote is now in. Let's see what you guys decided. Oh, I hit the drum roll again. All right, 66% of you say I should do one of both. The second place winner with 26 was the blue. So I will do one of each. So this scrap will already work for this. I need to find a scrap of Latte. Or I don't have a scrap, so I'm going to cut one. Okay. And I'm going to use the coordinating die that came with that. And since these are bigger, I do have to use my bigger die cutter off here to the side. For now, I'm just going to leave it off to the side. But when I try to do the embossing, I'll bring it on so you can see what sandwich I'm using. For my sandwich today, I just watched Taylor's reveal video for this combo club, and I'm going to try starting off the same thing she did. But, you know, excuse me, as if, you know, your machine might be slightly different, you know, depending on the tension, but that's where I will at least start. I like this die. That's pretty. So it sits in there, and then it has that fun stitching detail. I like that. And then here it is on the Gumball. I never thought too we're going to have to make a decision on the card base. Oh, and this one would actually go like that. Okay, now let's cross our fingers as I attempt to emboss these. I have only embossed stenciled things a couple times. One was a Spellbinders set, which actually that I could emboss beforehand and it worked with the stencil. And then the other time was Virtual Stamp Joy last year, not the most recent. We did some, a butterfly stenciling and embossing. Okay. I want to put, I guess I've already lost my first die. Okay. I'm going to bring this in now. And what Taylor did, she said she took off the thinlets, which I think, oh, it's this one. So I think I'm going to leave that one on there. And then, you guys, they make, oh my gosh, do not tell me I have, nope, I thought I lost it again. So they make this embossing pad kit. And in here are two kind of rubbery, kind of silicone pads. There's a thinner one and a thicker one. So she said for hers, she just uses the thicker one. But you know, if yours has a lot more tension, you could use a skinny. If it's less tension, you could put them together. But I'm going to attempt what she did. And I don't think there was a clear plate on the bottom, but now, because it is 3D, I am going to moisten the back of my paper a little bit. And I'm just going to use a baby wipe. So I just kind of keep those in my drawer. Going to add a little moisture to the back. Hopefully it will keep it from cracking too much. And now this was the top part. So I'm going to try to align it up here. All right. And then it's as close as I'm probably going to get it. So I'm going to pinch that tight, right? My rubber gasket goes here. This goes on top. And then a clear plate. Now, if I find when I'm putting it through that, you know what, no way, that's too much, I'm going to break something, I'm not going to keep going. Ooh, but that actually feels pretty good. That felt pretty good here. Oh, goodness. Let's see how it did. All right. Be honest with you, you can't see too much of it. I think because of the because the paper is already perforated, you can't see too much of the embossing. Let me see if I can. So live and learn. It was something to try. You can feel it though. It feels very nice, and it embossed very well. So okay, got that. Now this one, it goes at the bottom. Again, I'm just going to line that up as best as I can. Okay, again, hold that tight. And yeah, this sandwich worked really well, you guys. I think, I don't know if I have the embossing pad kit in the description box below. I will add that later in case you want to try this. Okay. And then this was going to go on this one. So I am excited to try it again with just regular cardstock so I can see more of the embossing. I know Lori said she sees the lines in the leaves. Susan can sew. Okay, so maybe the camera's picking it up better than I am thinking. So there we go. And then I see many of you say to do the opposite color card bases, but I ain't gonna lie. I like to stick to white card bases when I can, just because they're more economical. So I'm gonna I'm gonna get out some white card bases first and see what we think about that. Oh wait, that was at the bottom. So because not much of it shows. So this piece, which I got ink on, it covers up you know, the whole bottom of that. So I think, guys, for this, I'm just going to stick with white card bases. And then I think for the sentiment, which I'm going to use these dies, I think I'm going to cut this out of the sour gummy, out of the darker blue. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and add my scallop pieces. And my hair is getting in there. Nobody wants that. I was hoping to have 3 cards so I could give away 2. I'm definitely going to give away 1. And right now, you guys, okay, here's what we'll do. Right now, I'm at 64 thumbs ups. Since some of you have came and went, there are some newer crafty friends here. If we can get to 75 thumbs ups, I will give away both cards that I make today. So if you are here, go ahead and smash that like button. We only need 10 more. So if 10 of you have not yet clicked the like button, please do that. And then I will give away both cards at the end. Oh, Susan, if you just had to step away, if you haven't yet given a thumbs up, do that. If we can get to 75, I'm going to give away both cards at the end. Okay, so here, this one is against the top fold. And now let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just put these down. I'm going to use some liquid glue on this because I have found if I use the ATG, you can kind of see through it. I kind of figured, Susan, but just in case. Thank you, Bonnie. And if you are getting in late, we did get a bonus secret word for the Easter Advent giveaway. So you might want to go back and watch the replay since we got to 50. And that bonus secret word is for if you're here with us live or if you are here on the replay. So make sure to get that. Oh, and I wanted to say earlier, because I thought about this die. Hold up. Before I say this, let me go make sure. Yes. All right. So each month, I get together with interested die cut and paper trimmer level channel members for a little crafty live stream. And there is usually some kind of challenge where if people play along, they get entered to win a prize, which, by the way, if you played along in March, I will be sharing the video tomorrow morning of the winner. So make sure to watch that. If you are not yet a channel member or you're a glue stick and want to upgrade or join, you can, again, check out the membership tab to do that. But I actually ordered 2 sets of the Combo Club. This month I gave to my sister because she didn't get it and really liked this one. So I sent that to her for her birthday. But I do have another one of these die sets, and this is going to be one of the possible prizes. So it is on April 30th at 6:30 p.m. You do not have to be present at the live to play along. You can watch the replay after. You do have a little time to get your project submitted. And this month we are voting on what kind of theme we'll have. And I think so far the Choose Your Own Adventure is winning. So if you're a die cutter, paper trimmer level channel member, make sure to check out that membership tab and vote on the theme you want for this month's live. But you could play along and be entered to win that. This might be something that like a little, with all these holes and liquid glue, it might be something that like a sponge and glue is good for, to kind of spread that around. My sister says she must be there. She loves that die set. Carmen says she loves the monthly lives. I always love having Carmen on there. Another thing we do during the monthly lives is I always share a look at the first set of cards, or a couple of the first cards I made for the upcoming sheet load of cards. And Carmen is on the team, and many times she shares a look at hers too. When Danny can join us on camera, she usually does as well. But yes, I hope you'll consider joining us for our live streams. You can either come join us on Zoom on camera, but I also stream it to YouTube, so you can just watch from there in the comfort of wherever you're at and chat along. Ooh, what's this? Barbara says, Alicia, have you tried using the basting brush to apply the glue? I have not, Barbara, but I like that. I like that idea. And Teresa says she enjoys the lives too. Yes, Teresa gets to join us sometimes on camera. All right. And then Susan says she finds that the Dottie tape runner works on the perforated paper as it keeps the holes clear. That's a good idea too. That is one tape runner I do not have though. I don't know if I need to get one for the off chance I'm going to be using perforated paper, or just stick with what I have. Which, you know, right now, the answer is definitely sticking with what I have. You guys, so I told you my sister and I, we had a little challenge for ourselves. We started on March 9th. And our goal was to not spend money on any crafty supplies for the month of March. And we were keeping kind of like a wish list, and then we could revisit it on April 1st to see what we still wanted. You guys, I have not bought any crafty products, except on April 1st, I did order a new blade for my silhouette because it really, really needed it. But my wish list and trying not to impulse buy is working. Now, granted, I am on some design teams, so I have gotten in new products, and that probably helps me a little bit from going out and buying, but so far so good. But I definitely won't get a Dottie tape runner until I really absolutely need it. So I'm going to cut the sentiments apart. Yeah, Stephanie says the member live starts at 1:30 in the morning for her. Yeah, so Stephanie probably will be there. But again, Stephanie, you can still play along on the replay to be entered to win. All right. Now, you guys know that I would normally use vellum, right? You know I love some vellum for my shadows. And I don't know if I'll do that on this. I don't know if vellum goes with this stitched look. But what I am going to do is cut the hello itself out of the Sour Gummy, which is that darkest blue. Let's see. And then we might have to do another poll for what I'll use for the background. Ooh, Kim says to cut out the sentiment in the perforated. Now, I couldn't do the sentiment itself because I don't know if it'd be obvious enough, but maybe the shadow? Maybe the shadow? I don't know. Let me think about that. Let me cut out my hello. So I just got a scrap of the sour gummy. Again, I'm just going to use my die cutter over here. I could have gotten out my Scout for this because it's like the perfect size. Vicky says she watched a demo, put liquid glue on a glass mat, then roll brayer through, and then roll on intricate die cuts, add glue. That's a great idea too. I like that. Okay, where's my hello? All right, so here is my little hello. I'm just going to put it up here so you can see it. Now, this one does come in 3 different parts, but because we have the shadow, it should be pretty easy to put it together on the final piece. But I like that font. I think that's a super duper fun font. I'm going to cut one more of those. Okay, what I'm going to do, because you know I have tons of vellum, I'm going to cut one of these from white, one from vellum, and then I'll see if I have a small scrap of perforated to cut from that. But I don't want to like cut into like a big scrap that I could possibly use. Uh-oh, here. What does Becky say? Becky says that she was doing the wish list no spend too, but then I invited you guys to the not too shabby retreat and she ended up getting the kit. So she's blaming me. I'm sorry, Becky, but I don't think you'll regret it. If you don't know about that, it is coming up in May, like I think the 17th and 18th, whatever weekend that is. You can check out my video tab, and I have a video telling about it, and you can play along with stuff in your own stash, or they do have a kit that goes with it. But if you're going to do that, you probably want to get it ordered if it's not already sold out, because you want to have time to get it shipped to you. But yeah, the Not Too Shabby, it is a free virtual craft retreat. You don't have to pay to watch the videos, and it's going to be right here on YouTube. And again, you can either craft along with stuff in your stash or get the bundle, which I share a look at in that announcement video. I can't remember if I actually sent that die through. Okay. So here. So here is so there it is on perforated paper. And I think you'd kind of have it. It's not going to look good just over white. You won't be able to see it. I think you'd kind of have to have it over maybe right there so you can see it. I will do one out of white cardstock. Make sure, I'm going to do another stamp of approval check here in just a minute. So if you haven't yet hit the thumbs up, make sure to do that. Maybe share with a friend who could come join us and give us a thumbs up, because if we get to 75, I will give away both cards instead of just one today. Okay, so here is... And I'll try vellum, but again, I don't know that vellum and this looks good together. All right, let me go grab a scrap of vellum. All right, so I only have 2 hellos, so there we have the perforated paper and the vellum, which, you know what, the vellum doesn't look as, I guess not bad as I thought, but it does look better than I thought it would. So I'm going to leave these letters just down here on this so you can get an idea what that looks like. Ooh, these little guys are just all over the place. Should have probably cut it out with some adhesive on the back. So we have the white background, which I would kind of put down here in the corner where it's at. And then we have the vellum or the perforated. So get your pole lights out. I'm going to get it ready. I'm going to do white, vellum, or perforated. So be thinking about which you're going to vote on. Yeah. And we're just going to go perf for perforated. All right, I will give you a couple minutes to vote in that while I play some music for you guys. right, guys, it is time to reveal which background I will be using for my sentiment. Now, if you are coming in a little bit late, like I think Elisa said, she just got here. If you have not yet, click that like button. We have almost earned both cards being given away today. All right. So click the thumbs up if you haven't already, because we are so close. Let's go ahead. I see 1 with 60%, but I'm not going to look at what it is. It changed a little bit. With 61% of the vote, I will be doing a white shadow. And I think what I'll do to add a little dimension, I'm going to cut like 3 copies for each card of that white one so that it pops up a little bit. You know, if it was a little bit thicker, I could use foam tape, but nobody wants to put foam tape behind those teeny tiny shadow pieces. So let me get out a scrap of white. And cut some more shadows. What is your favorite way to add dimension to your cards? I usually like some foam tape. But again, this shadow, some of the pieces are so little. If it was a full shadow, I might do little strips of foam tape. But, you know, there are some openings in it. So the foam tape, glue dots, yes. You know, I guess the 3D embossing folder itself adds some dimension too. I can't get my die to stop moving. I think my stenciling got a little bit of ink on my cutting pad because I am getting a little ink on these white pieces, but my top one at least is clean, so it doesn't matter if the underneath ones have some little dots on them. Just need a couple more. Is anybody watching any good shows recently? When I was telling you guys about Paradise back during, I think it was a Christmas Advent series, when I was telling you I was watching that, you guys told me about some series. And I think it might have been Karen of Karen's Crafting Company who told me about Reacher. And my daughter and I, we pretty much just binged all 3 seasons of binged all 3 seasons of that in the last few weeks. Lot of violence, so keep that in mind if you're going to check it out. But it was something different. It definitely is not my normal type of show I would watch, and I'm not really into action or violence, but I kind of liked Reacher. He's kind of like a quirky character. I think it is based on a book series. So I don't know if you've read any of the books. Lori said Reacher was great. Mona loves Reacher. Elisa said she just started Inside Man. I've not heard of that one. And then Kim says she binge watches crafting videos. Me too. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Lee Child is the author of the Reacher books. Yeah. So again, a little bloody. Each season, there's kind of like a new storyline. And he's just a real kind of odd duck character. All right, I have all of my stacking layers done. So now I'm going to use liquid glue, and that way I can kind of get the layers above it. I'll have time to adjust them. Is anybody doing anything fun this weekend? My husband and I are heading out of town on Saturday. My nephew is in a musical kind of close to us. It's about 2.5 hours away. So we're going to go see him in that and see my brother and sister-in-law and my nephew's wife. They just got married recently. And because it goes late, we are just staying overnight there. All right, so here we have just a little bit of lift. And I'll bring in a stamp block to hold these. Now I'm going to put down my letters. Well, let's see. Kim's going to a craft retreat. Stephanie has a crafty class. Susan has some car maintenance. Kristen's kiddo's 9th birthday is on Sunday. Awesome. Happy birthday to him. Oh, I think my daughter just got home. Hopefully it's my daughter. Hopefully no one is breaking into my house via the garage. Stephanie says, have I watched Good Omens? I have watched some series that had the word omens in it, but I don't know if it was that one. It was like really weird. Like these people, I watched it with my mom. It was like one of the last series we watched together. These people kind of lived on an island, and the local preacher had been possessed, and it was kind of a little psychological. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about, but I thought it had the word omens in it. I could be totally wrong too. Okay, that's cute. I like that. All right. Get the other stacked up. I've heard that name David Tennant, but I don't know if I could pick him out of a lineup. And I kind of have a feeling that the show I watched, it would not be called Good Omens. It would be called like Bad Omens. Oh, okay. Elisa said he was in Broadchurch and Grace Point too. I might have watched Grace Point, so maybe I do know who he is. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We're trying to get to 75, so I'll give away both of my cards, and we were super close last time I checked, so I think we can get to it. Is it Barbara's birthday? Oh, Barbara's birthday is tomorrow. Oh, her birthday party is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Barbara. April's a great month to be born, you guys. Okay, so that's my 3 layers. Now get my... Oh, Stephanie says Good Omens is a comedy. Then no, I have definitely not watched it, because whatever I watched, there was nothing funny about it. It was creepy. I see some of you telling me that there are better months to be born in. I'm sure there are, but April seems to be a good one. Sorry, I had to be a little bit quiet. This is a little bit more detailed work, but I love, this might become one of my new favorite sentiment die sets. I love that, you guys. Look. Fun font. Nice size. I like the size on it. Now, I think I'll do like that. Oh, and yeah, Kim, she's talking about something. So Kim says she can't wait to dive into this combo and super size items this weekend. So I never mentioned that. If you become like a member of this combo club, there are coordinating products each month that they call super sizing it. You know, if you like super sized a combo meal. And so there are lots of other things that go with it. I did hold off on this month, but if you're in the club, you do have a little while longer than just this month to order those products. So I might end up going back and getting some. Kim, you'll have to let us know. I think it was Kim. Yeah, Kim, what did you end up getting? I think I'm going to put that one right there. They do have a really fun, like, sentiment label set. Oh, Susan got all of it. Nice. Oh, and so did Kim. Way to go, ladies. And just a heads up, if you are ever just going to go shopping at Tailored Expressions, again, this is totally optional, but if you're going to go shopping there, if you come and grab my link first, then I will get credit for that sale. But again, it doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out. So maybe if you're thinking about that, I do have lots of shopping links down in that description box below to different websites if you ever check those out. I got a little frog in my throat. Let me mute this. All right. Now, here we go, you guys. Super fun. I like those a lot. I am looking forward to playing with that die some more. So, should we go over and see if we got those thumbs up? If you're ready for me to do that final stamp of approval check, put some thumbs ups over in the chat box. You should be able to find an emoji with that. Let me go see you guys. Keep your fingers crossed. Where is it at? Here we are. Oh, you guys, we did it. We actually ended up with 81 thumbs up. Thank you so much. Now, if you are here, either live or on the replay, and you have not yet hit that like button, I would love for you to do that. That helps it get out to more viewers. Again, you can always share my videos too as well with your crafty friends. All right, guys. So let's recap. So today, I used the April 2025 Combo Club Kit from Tailored Expressions. Oh, I do see now that my front-facing camera froze. Let me shut that off. Oh, actually, first I need to change Need to change that. All right. Okay, got to change that first, and I'll change my camera. Otherwise, if it doesn't come back on, then we'll just finish up overhead. But I use the Checkered Garden Combo Club, which is the April 2025 one. It is the first of 6 months. And if you are loving these and did not pre-order, if you want to get in on the last 3 months of the club, you can sign up to receive an email when those go live. So Nightbot has shared it here in the live chat. I also have it down in the description box below. And I agree, Kim, that camera was cooperating so well. I don't know what's going on, like why sometimes it works and why sometimes it doesn't. All right, let me turn that back on. We'll give a minute. So we use that. And then Susan R., Diane M., and Denise D., who are channel members, got to give me a color cube card number in the beginning. And live viewers voted on the final one. And they chose card number 488, which Denise had selected. So that is why those colors are on that card. I think I like it. I think it turned out very fun for this. So if you have any questions again about what I'm using, I will put the remaining products down in the description box below that are available if you want to check those out. If you end up having any questions later, you can leave those down in the comment section below as well. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. But guys, I think it's time. I think it's time to, oh, first of all, let's see if my camera is working. Okay, cross your fingers that it stays that way. Let's go ahead and do the giveaway. So I will get that ready. I think what I'm going to do is the first name that gets called, they can choose if they want the blue or the brown. So be thinking which one you would want, the blue or the brown. And then if your name is brought up, I want you to put that in all caps in front of, well, put it in all caps just so I can see it. And then that way my second winner will know which card they get. Because on the claim form, which I'll tell you where it's at, it is going to say to describe the card that you won. So I want you to tell me here as well if you wanted blue or brown or one blue or brown, and then on that form, just so when I send it out, I get the correct color card to the winner. So again, I'll show you those while I get the giveaway ready. All right. If you, oh, I forgot to tell you who can enter. So 18, at least 18 years old. I don't think I have any 18-year-olds who watch me, but you have to be at least 18 years old. Subscribe to my channel, and you can be anywhere in the world. All right. So if you would like to get in on this one time over in the chat box. Why won't this? Oh, I got to move this. Type hashtag combo, hashtag COMBO. It needs to look exactly like it does on screen, no spaces, and you need the hashtag. Now, if you look up and realize, oh no, I spelled the word wrong or I don't have the hashtag, retype it to get your entry, but there's no reason to spam the chat with hashtag combo because each username does only get one entry into the giveaway. And let's play a little wait music. right, guys. Let me finish cleaning this brush, and then we will find our lucky winners. Don't forget, if your name is pulled first, I want you to put in all caps which color you want, the blue or the brown. Good luck to everyone. Now, don't forget, I will tell you how to claim it. You might already know, but if you don't, I will tell you how to claim it. Yes. And as we're slowing down here, if you have any final questions, now would be the time to get those over there in the chat. Don't forget to put question in all caps in front of it. But good luck to everyone. Our first winner is... Yay, Leanne. Leanne, make sure to keep watching to find out how you're going to claim. And don't forget to let me know in big letters over there if you want the blue or the brown. I'm going to go ahead and make a little tag for you. And our second winner is going to be... Leanne wants the blue. So our second winner gets the brown, and that is going to... Diane M. Yay! Diane chose one of our color cube cards today. We didn't get to use hers. Hers I probably would have picked myself, but excellent. So thank you to everybody for joining us. If you were one of those lucky winners, at the bottom of the description box below is a link to a Google form that you will fill out to claim your card. You do have 24 hours to fill that out. So I would say once we get done here, go ahead and go fill that out. Let me know. Let's see. We have been live, you guys, for almost an hour and 45 minutes. If you have been here from the start, I want you to put 10 over in that chat. If you've been here about half the time, put a 5. If you just got here in time for the giveaway, put a 1. Just kind of give me an idea of how long you've been here, and whether you've been here for 5 minutes or 105 minutes. Thank you so much. You know, my live streams would be very boring if it was just me kind of talking to myself. I have a lot of 10s. They are just flying in, you guys. Flying in. Don't forget, any final questions, go ahead and put those over there. Otherwise, don't forget to check out the 2 videos that I shared that I have linked in the description box below, the baby cards I made for Tailored Expressions, and then this month's Sheet Load Rewind. I think 6 of us played along this month. We used the April 2022 edition, which was mini slimline cards. I know that everybody would love you to stop by, see what they created, and leave them some love. If you played along, if you're a channel member who played along in the March Channel Member Live Challenge, which was a mystery card, the video with the winner announcement goes live tomorrow morning, I believe. It's either tomorrow or Sunday. I do have to finalize some stuff, but it goes live this weekend, and then the lucky winner will get to let me know which prize they want. And not only do I show or tell who wins the prize, but I show the cards that were created. And there were some awesome cards made with, it ends up being the April 2025 sheet load sketch, but I kind of give instructions so they put it together. So some of them look a little different, and some of them looked better than mine, I think. So, all right. Don't forget, if you did miss ordering that combo club, you can sign up to get an email when it goes live. And Susan says, have I done my mail call video for this month? I have not. I am probably going to the post office for the final time, maybe on Monday. And then that usually goes live on the last day of the month. And I am sure that this month I have tons of fun birthday cards. I'm excited to open those up and share them with you. If you do not have your notifications turned on, like if you're subscribed but you don't get notifications about my video, make sure to click on the bell or ring the bell and select all for notifications. And that way you get a little message when either I go live or I have a new video or a new post. Thanks again to my channel members for your support. Thanks to everybody who took the time to watch this long. And until the next one, you guys, I hope you're having a crafty day. Bye-bye.